And so it begins. But to be honest, I almost didn't go. I've been a bit of a can't be bothered few days, you know. If I don't get it done now, time and tide they say, don't they? The hour is already late, so we're off. Delightful Corsan Bay. The heat is of course unbearable. I'm just making a chilli for the passage, and I should be leaving. I'm going to check all my stats in a minute, but I should be leaving in 2 hours, 2 or 3 hours. I'll eat this on the way. We maxed out at 3.5 knots not long ago. This is predicted to freshen. I think if it doesn't, at some point I'm going to have to call it, you know. If I can't make it to Alderney, you know, within the time frame. We're doing okay though. At the moment it's only just, you know, our speed is like 2 or 3 knots, but I think that's going to improve a lot as the evening wears on. You just got to know when to quit, haven't you? I've been at this now for nearly 3 hours. We've covered 7.5 nautical miles. It's flat. There's nothing going on out here. It's dead calm. I can still see Plymouth. It's reached the point really where even if the wind picks up now, I won't make my tidal gate in Alderney, so I'm going to have to put this off. The other thing that's playing on my mind is the engine is still playing up. It's not reliable, and that's no good at all really. So I can't motor across, but perhaps more importantly, when I get there I don't really have that engine in reserve. I don't really want to do the Alderney race with no engine. Well, it seems that every cloud does indeed have a silver lining. So on the trip back yesterday from my failed attempt at Alderney, I did in fact manage to fix the engine. Yeah, that took some working out, that did. I don't know why it stopped pumping water in the first place. I still don't know that. But on the boat there is a selection of cover plates for the water pump, and I think I just put the wrong one on. Simple as that really. So I swapped it out with some sealers, sealed it all up properly, and it's pumping water as well, if not better than it ever did. So I think that's fixed. So we'll have another go today. We'd like to have more wind. Now we do have a reliable engine and a full tank of fuel, pretty much. We should be good to go. Let's give it another shot. Shouldn't really be doing this with shorts and flip-flops on, really. You know, it's not Caribbean, is it? And so it begins. Well, it begins again. It's Corsan Bay. It's now 5 o'clock in the evening. That's probably about right. I'll be early if anything, although it just means I'm under less pressure to maintain that sort of 5 knots really. Should be able to do that easily anyway. We'll see. We're going very well, and I'm already thinking I may have to slow down a bit so that I match my tidal gate in on the other side of the TSS. Maybe not though. I guess we're doing, you know, I suppose averaging probably 5 knots. That's alright, isn't it? It's alright. And the tide, because now you see I'm in the fortunate position where I can look at the tide, look at what's happening there now, and compare it to the time. So I know that 12 hours from now, this tide state will be pretty much the same. So it'll be at this rate, sort of 11 hours till I get there or something. So that's alright because the tide's just on the turn here, just on the turn. I don't know how well you can see the screen. So, I'm currently doing, well, anything between 5.5 and 6.8 knots, which that's too fast, However, This is approximately a 12-hour trip, which means I've got 2 tides. I think that what the tide is giving me now, it will take away before I get there, so I'm just allowing it to run on at that speed. Worst that can happen is we'll arrive a bit early, but I'll know when we're much closer whether we're sort of too early, and I'll be able to just slow down, won't I? Heave 2 for an hour, whatever. So that's nearly 20 miles down, 68 to go. Just having a bit of tidy up before it gets dark. It's quite lumpy out here, you know. It's not very windy, but if it was very windy, this would be a bit treacherous out here, I think. Oh, well, morning has broken. It's pretty calm out here. There's not really much wind, if any, really, if any. It was largely an uneventful night. What I was hoping would happen with the tides, or what I suspected would happen, that did happen. I've steered the same course and the boat's just drifted that way and then drifted that way in with the tide, so it's perfect actually. We're bang on time for the tidal window, so if I've got that bit right, we should be looking good. I made a dreadful cock-up last night, in that I misidentified a trawler, you know, a vessel engaged in trawling. Misidentified the lights, couldn't figure out, I just tired I think. Anyway, a long story short, I think he did try to raise me on the radio, but there were other people talking over him and all that, so I didn't quite get it. But anyway, long story short, he had to divert. Not by much, you know, a slight change of course, but strictly speaking, well, no doubt about it, he was the stand-on vessel there. I got that wrong. So lesson learned. It's a lesson learned, you know. We don't always get it right, do we? Other than that, very, very quiet. We've got 1 hour left to run, about. I've just had a strange flyby from a French customs helicopter. I haven't got a welcoming committee for me there. Not like I've got anything to hide, but that would be very unpleasant, wouldn't it? Flew by at about 300 feet, did a little circuit like that, and then flew back towards Alderney. Very odd. Anyway, that's Le Casquette there, with the Casquette's the lighthouse on it. Probably can't even see it on GoPro. I think it's safe to say that I've pretty much made it. There is a derelict part of the harbour wall under there. I note that it's not marked or lit or anything. I think at low tide I'd probably struggle to get across that, even in this. At high tide I'd probably be alright, but I'm not going to risk it of course. I want to go around the outside of it. Lucky that it's marked on the charts, you know, because you'd never know it was there, would you? It's a bit treacherous around here. I think if I was going to do this again, I would plan to do it on a neap tide, not a spring tide. It's a spring tide now. In here in the swing, or swing, whatever it's called. The tides run in about 3 different directions, and they run hard. On springs, I've seen 3 and 4 knot tides. You know, that's substantial, isn't it? That'll stop you dead in your tracks if you've just got a twin blade propeller. Anyway, fortunately I've got it right, I've timed it right. You know, I don't think I'm going to work it any better, but I think next time for an easy life, I would prefer to do it on deep tides. I wonder what it's like in there in Brave Harbour. Can't wait to get the anchor down, you know. I've been on the go now for, let's have a look, 19 hours and 15 minutes. And that's since I kicked off at about 5 o'clock yesterday, so I've obviously been up half the day anyway, so I'm approaching, well, I'm at 24 hours now without sleep. So, you step ashore at the dinghy pontoon, back there, and just at the top here, are the customs forms. They're fairly brief. You can fill them out on the spot. Then you get a blank one out of the clear box, and when you fill it in, you stick it in the yellow box and you're good to go. Great phone signal around here. Look what I found. It's Fort Doyle. A Victorian fort. Yeah, smallest Victorian fort built on Alderney. Yeah, never mind a fantastic beach. Wow, look at that. Where are all the people? That's incredible. Ooh. Press the bunker light. It works. Here's a cannon or gun thing, or gun rule. So from outside, there we are. It's amazing, and you can just explore your little heart out. There's the main brace, the Chandlers. Just inside the inner harbour there, very easy to get to. You can walk across to it from the dinghy dock. So I've just ascended from Bray Harbour. Westerly way is there. Oh, someone's anchored near me there. And I've come up to this. Look at it. Alderney gets the SV Rocketta weapons grade underpants seal of approval. I'll tell you why. It's because you need weapons grade underpants to get here in a boat. Or enormous. And when you're here, there's everything you need. You know, the four important ones: water, diesel, garbage and showers. It's all right there. They charge a £5 a night to anchor. Well worth it. What is this place? I'm not doing. So half of that fort is hewn out of the rock. I think I found the official entrance. Living through some of the slits there, the floor in there is just rubble. It's awful. Yeah, I can imagine why. There are very valid reasons for not letting people in there. Fort Albert. Let's go in the right way, see if we can get in there. Look at the view from here, look. Incredible. Ah, see Guernsey. That's a shame. Never mind. Before we can look at some of the... If looking around old World War II fortifications is your thing, you are never going to get bored here. You could be here for weeks and weeks, finding stuff, looking at stuff. I've got no idea where I am, but there are little bits of fortifications and stuff everywhere, and everything I've found so far, apart from that last fort, is open to the public. You can just wander around, which is great, isn't it? After some considerable walking, I've managed to find we came from Bray Bay. That over there is Say Bay, just over there. That over there then is let's have a look. Corblets Bay. Fort Corblets in the corner. That's the lighthouse there that you can see on the way in. Manez, I think that's called. And that is the place that I actually want to go, which is called called the Odeon, and it's an old World War II range-finding tower. And from the front, I think it looks like something straight out of the reimagined Cylon's reimagined Battlestar Galactica series. Got to see that, haven't I? And from there, who knows? Probably town for some shopping. Let's have a look. That'll be there. Could walk along the coast here, and then straight into St Anne. That's probably what I'll do. Loads to see, though. Well, I appear to have come the wrong way, so it looks like I might have some climbing to do. What's that? Who could see that and not go and have a look? Look at it. Oh my god, I wonder if it... I've got to have a look. Not to mention this old locomotive thing here. Or is it just a mobile crane? Maybe it's just a mobile crane. What's this? What is this? Torch. That's where I'm going. I'm going up there somehow. It'll either be through that cave or I'll have to walk up the ridgeline. Phone torches are absolutely useless for that level of exploring. It's a shame because I've got a really good torch on the boat. Of course I wouldn't bring it, would I? Why would I bring it? So now I've got to try and get up to that ting up there. I see, people have tried before. I knew there'd be something like this. Let's see how far they got. Made it then. Everything else here, you just walk in. Left a bit, right a bit. Like fun, really. People died doing this stuff. Well, as it seems with all things Alderney, that was well worth the effort to get here. Look at that place. So there it is. If I keep walking along this road, I will arrive at St Anne, which is town. Or I can do some shopping. Maybe go to Arkwright Effil greengrocers and see if I can get some goodies to go on the boat, because tomorrow morning I got to leave. This really has been Alderney in a day. If I keep going along here, I will get to St Anne, but before I get there, there will be a Roman fort apparently. We'll find out, won't we? Here it is, Alderney's Roman fort. Alderney's German bunker. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah, Roman fort. Very cool. Some original Roman brickwork by the looks of things. Look at that. How they made it. The original fort wall. Controlled by Romans nearly 2,000 years ago. That's amazing, isn't it? Some of that fell down and was replaced. But some of it, well, certainly some of the stone is 2,000 years old. It's just mind-blowing, isn't it? Mind-blowing. Serious sea defences there, look, oh my god. incredible. And that ancient wall now forms the back wall of a dwelling. There's people living in there. It's amazing. Alright, St Anne's is this way apparently. Let's go shopping. I left the boat at 12:30, I suppose. About 12:30. Maybe 1 o'clock. And now it's 3:43. You know, 3 hours, let's call it 3 hours. And in that 3 hours, I've done 3 forts. The Odeon, that Ceylon radar thing, observation post, fantastic. And walked the perimeter of the island, apart from the very western end, and through the town, through St Anne. And now I'm just coming back down towards Bray Harbour now, where I'm going to do some shopping in the handy little convenience stores that are there, because I really want to get some fruit, you know, some fresh fruit. I ran out like 2 days ago on the boat. Well, I left Alderney at 4 o'clock this morning. It's an early start. We're into the wind, which is horrible, but we're going the slowest we've been going now, and that's 5.5 knots. See, working the tide in this direction is much easier because you don't have to plan for 14 hours in advance. You know that within 20 minutes you're going to be out into the tide, so you know what you're going to do. Hopefully that'll lock a couple of hours off the trip. Engine problems can be really elusive, can't they? I have been chasing down this cooling problem in my engine for 2 weeks now, and I've just found the answer. Come on!
Has just gone up there. It's sucking air in through there, isn't it? God damn it. And that's why this thing keeps emptying. But if you watch, you can see like bubbles, isn't it? Glugging up through the strainer, and that's why the strainer keeps emptying. I've been chasing that down. Oh god. What I'm having to do so far this trip is every hour and a half, I suppose, is stop the engine, close the seacock, stop the engine, close the seacock, top up the strainer, open the seacock, start the engine, away I go again. I've been having to do that every hour, I suppose, every hour. But on the next one, I'm going to fix it. I've got some plumber's sealant. I've got enough hose on there to cut a bit off the end if I have to. But I think actually just a bit of plumber's sealant, that'll do it. Yeah. Unbelievable. And what a stupid place to have the seacock, you know? In the battery compartment? Come on, you know. What's next? People do some really dumb things. Oh. Nice morning though. Oh, you can't even see it now. It's gone. Alderney's there. You can just about see the casquettes there, the lighthouse, and Alderney's beyond it. Wow, we've really covered some ground already. It's the tide, see? Fantastic. It's my regular hourly stop to fix the engine, and this is going to be it now. I'm going to try. Right then, shut the seacock. I'm on. Too much ground. Although, in the time it takes me to fix this, it's not going to be much, is it? It just never gets old.
It's gone wild. I'm doing between, well, gusts of 28, but mostly sort of 22, 23 knots. Got a reef in. When I remake my stack pack, the first thing I'm going to do is take all of those zips and take them out completely, because all they do is go tick, tick, rattle, 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 rattle on the boom all the time. It doesn't matter whether there's a reef in or not, and that sucks. It's a terrible, terrible design. I'm going to take those out. Oh yes I am. Yeah, look at the weather. I started at 4 o'clock this morning. Now it's 5:30 in the evening, afternoon, whatever. I've got at least 5 hours to go. If the weather gods are kind, I might be able to do it in 5 hours. I'm doing well though. Hull speed most of the time. The first half of the trip was a bit touch and go, like I had to run the engine. But this second half so far has just been sailing all the way. It's a bit rough, it's a bit windier than I'd like. We're going fast and we're getting there in the right direction. Currently about 10 miles off start point.